This past Saturday, I drove down to Gainesville, Florida to attend an avocado tasting event. Gainesville has been something of a focal point for rare avocado growing. It began with the original Gainesville avocado, which was found at the grounds of the university, and different people in the area continued to cultivate it. There are a couple of growers around the area that continue to experiment and cross-pollinate with other types. And one of these is Oliver Moore. He has a Facebook page if you look for Oliver Moore 1614, and I'll put a link to him in the description. About twice a year, he will hold a fruit tasting event and sell some trees. So I drove down, and this video is a compilation of what I saw there. So as the morning drizzle was ending, I and about 10 other avocado explorers were here, sampling what was provided on the table. Let's take a look and see what was ripening here in Gainesville at the end of July. At this event, we had a bowl of May, which is similar to Jade, and we also had G1, which is a hybrid from the original Gainesville avocado and some of the others growing here. Emerald, I remember taking a bite of that, and it was pretty good. I think the GHB was not quite ripe enough to judge. There was also a little bit of the G3, and this Martin, which I believe was named after the collector who brought an example to Oliver. And we had one avocado of Prince. Continuing down the table, we have an example of Fantastic, which is believed to be one of the most cold-hardy Mexican types possible. And up here is Front Porch, and then Del Rio, which some people claim is really just fantastic, and then Loki. At the other table, there were examples of bananas and jackfruit, Suriname cherry, so there's more here than just avocados. I brought back 5 avocados from Oliver's nursery, and I already ate these 3. These are called Martin, and they're relatively small. It really was just a coating of avocado meat on these, but they were fully ripe in late July, and I was curious about them. They tasted good, so I will try and germinate those in my starting tray here. And these are called G1. I assume the G stands for Gainesville. And he also has a G2 and a G3 variety. There was one G3 on the table right when I left, and it's more of an elliptical shape than these. But all of the avocados I saw were of this Criollo type. And one thing about these soft skin avocados is they can fool you. You can think they're ripe and they're not quite. So you should definitely let them get soft, almost like a fig, before you cut them open. I don't think there's a linear progression with the G1 through G3. I think he just named them as he developed these, and so there's no real significance to that. He does have some other name varieties like Jade that are a little better known. So there's a reasonable amount of meat on this, and it's ripe and ready. You can eat the skin. I still think this avocado might be a day away from being truly ready, but satisfying. There's a hint of spiciness to it. Try one with a little bit of a cracker here. Tastes pretty good. So I would be happy to get more of these G1s to grow if I can. So this will be an additional experiment for me to try to grow these northern Florida type avocados. And if anyone else is interested in getting some from Oliver, that is possible. Look him up on Facebook, make a request, and he can attempt a graft, set one up for you, and 3 months later you can pick it up. I'll wrap up my video commenting on this one seedling that I brought back from Oliver's nursery. Oliver explained that his seedlings are just unpredictable mixes of pollination from all of the trees growing in the area, so he can't make any guarantees what the ancestry of this is. So I'll just keep up potting it and caring for it, see if I can keep a northern Florida variety growing. I may need to keep this in containers, but if it makes small fruits, perhaps this is possible and I don't need to put it in the ground. I will keep this with my other selections and continue growing and experimenting.